Hi everyone, welcome to welcome to the greatest show. Welcome to the greatest time. This is gonna be. You guys are. This is. This is not a drill. My name is Barret, and welcome to this week's Tech Recap. I don't have a name thing yet, but I'm not Julia. Sorry about all the confusion. Last week we heard about this dual-screen Microsoft Surface device that will be pocketable. It isn't a phone, but it is not a tablet or a computer either. It's Andromeda, starring Kevin Sorbo, the guy who is also in Hercules. I'm sure most of you have no idea what I'm talking about, so let's move on. Andromeda is the code name for this pocketable Surface device that has supposedly been in development, or at least has been teased, with patents leaking online and whatnot for the past few years. A bunch of new patents and APIs just appeared online as well, one pointing to telephone support and showing a hinge that includes options for the device to be closed, concave, convex, flat, and full. So functionally speaking, there will be a lot of options with this Surface device. Of course, with an all-in-one device like this, you may be waiting for something to go wrong. We're used to having devices dedicated to being good at one or a few things, and even if those devices attempt to be good at multiple things, we're aware what they're actually good at. But who knows, maybe Andromeda will find its one thing or two things that we learn to love about it. But also, is Microsoft feeling the pressure of all this attention now? Apparently there are now software delays on the device, and they're saying a lack of purpose as well. Okay, so that's what I was just saying. I would like to see how this turns out though. We now aren't sure when that will happen, but Microsoft, find your purpose and share it with the world. Samsung's got a texting problem. Many Samsung phone users have gone to Reddit explaining that their phones have been randomly sending pictures to their contacts without leaving any evidence. Supposedly, this is a bug within Samsung's default messaging app, Samsung Messages. One user described that his phone sent his entire photo gallery to his wife over text at 2:30 a.m. This has only been reported for Galaxy S9 and Note 8 users so far, but some people are blaming the RCS update from T-Mobile for the bug. T-Mobile has responded and they say it's all Samsung's fault. And now a Samsung spokesperson has indicated that it probably is a Samsung problem, and they are currently looking into what's going on. And if you're worried about this happening to you, Android Police says head over to Settings on your phone, then Samsung Messages, Permissions, and Storage. Disable permission there and wait patiently until Samsung finds a solution to all of this. And I don't know what kind of pictures you take, but you might just want to delete all your contacts. That seems like probably the best response to this problem. Yes, okay, carrying on. Overclocked news. We got the overclocked news. Today in the overclocked news, we turn to the Intel i7-8700K overclocked to a magnificent 7.4 gigahertz, earning it the Super Pi 32M record. Yeah, but dude. This record was achieved by pro overclocker Dan Kopp, aka Daniel Shear. He used the Coffee Lake S processor, which comes out of the box with a 3.7 gigahertz base and 4.7 gigahertz boost clock abilities, but he achieved 7.4 gigahertz just by running 3 cores and 3 threads rather than its default 6-core 12-thread configuration. So that is kind of cheating and not as exciting as I would like it to be, but one interesting thing about all of this is that he got the overclock on a Z270 motherboard, which according to Intel is not compatible with the 8th generation CPUs. You supposedly have to go out and buy a 300 series motherboard because of power limitations due to the increased core count. But as I mentioned, Dan Kopp limited the cores and also cooled things down with liquid nitrogen. Anyways, there are a few other things that Dan Kopp had to do as well that are more common amongst overclockers, but I'm not sure if this is an example of actually proving Intel wrong or just doing everything possible to ensure they're being wrong. I would probably go with the latter, but you are welcome to share your opinion on the matter. That's something that you could do if you would like to. It's time for shorter news stories said more quickly than the others. Disney has created a robot that is going to take all the jobs away from stunt people. The robot can get flung in the air and do a bunch of flips and pose like a flying superhero. Disney, Mr. Steal Your Job with technology and stuff. The creator of Uncharted, Amy Hennig, left EA 6 months ago after her studio, Visceral, was closed down. She was working on a Star Wars game similar to Uncharted that is being developed right here in Vancouver. So she took to Twitter to say, hey guys, I left EA and stuff, but the Star Wars game is still happening. And it better be good. Don't let me down, Vancouver developer people. Okay, a few more game things. Overwatch has a new hero that is a hamster in a wrecking ball named Hammond. His backstory is similar to Winston's, as he was exposed to an experiment that made him real smart and stuff. Well, that sounds pretty dumb, but I do look forward to watching the animated short when it comes out. Overwatch never fails when it comes to those. they're all so good. A Halo TV series has been in the talks for a pretty long time, and apparently it's actually starting to happen now. Microsoft is partnering with the Showtime network for a series that will be produced by Steven Spielberg himself. And the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 will be unveiled on August 9th, so we'll be sure to talk about that when that happens. That's it for this week's Tech Recap. As always, you can click here to subscribe, click here for more videos, and follow us on social media right over there. And click down for below for the computers and electronics. Yeah, okay, I'll see you later. Julia will be back later this week. All right, just calm down.